Hey Westmont IT, this is Daniel. Just doing a quick tutorial on how to set up a new extension for an employee. So we've got this ticket in here. HPark needs a desk phone service set up. Most of the time, these tickets just say use existing extension and they don't specify. But Beth Cowles has been so nice to include the extension she wants. So all we're going to do is we're going to go over to 10.40.100.10 and open the Cisco Connections site here. We're going to sign in. And once we're in here, again, we're using extension 6065 here. So what we're going to do is, because we're managing a device, we're managing a phone, we're going to go to Device, Phone, and let's find the extension itself. So we're going to search by directory number, and we're going to search 6065 and hit enter. So here are the different extensions that include 6065. These are the separate devices. Notice that at the end, they're going to specify a number. Anything other than 1 is a secondary extension. So when we're changing ownership for an extension, we're only going to pay attention to the one that contains a 1 on it. So in this case, Gabby Lyman's old number. So we're going to click on this. This is their device. And we just see some basic info about it. What we want to do first off is change the description, because this is no longer Gabby Lyman. This is Kerwood Hall 2 something. I think it's 210 or 212. I'll have to double check, but for now I'm going to put Kerwood Hall 210. It's just good to put a location down so that if you ever needed to locate the phone physically, you've got that documented on here. And then we're going to use the user now, which is HPark, I think. Is that correct? Yep, HPark. So we're going to specify HPark here. We're going to click Save and OK on the pop-up. And then Apply Config. Saving is different than applying. Saving doesn't actually make the change active, and Apply does. So on this phone, we have 2 lines selected. We can leave the second line alone, but we want to change 6065, because right now 6065 says Gabby Lyman. And we're changing this to HPark, and I believe that's Helen Park. If we want to take a look here, we can verify that. We're going to look up HPark. It is Helen Park. Yep. Helen Park. So back here, I'm just going to copy Helen Park here so that I can paste it. We're going to change these 3, the description, the alerting name, and the ASC2 alerting name. You can skip through the rest of this stuff for the most part. Note that right here, call forward and call pickup settings. Currently, this phone is forwarding everything to extension 6897. And I could do a bit of digging to find out why that is. But just in general, if there's something in here, it's usually good to note it. Because if they receive their phone and say, like, I'm not getting any calls, there could be something like there could be a forwarding number in here. We're going to continue down until we get to here, line 1 on this device. So the caller ID, the display, we're changing that to Helen Park. And it's here as well. And then this line text label, I'm going to just swap this name. I tend to keep X and then their extension right here, just so that when they look at their phone, they can easily see what their extension is. And then lastly, I'm going to change the maximum number of calls to be 5 and the busy trigger to be 4. This just sort of helps them get all of the calls that they need. If it's a busy season, they don't have to deal with too many calls coming in at once. And then finally, we're going to hit the Save button down here. And we're going to go to Apply Config now. So you notice it says 3 devices selected. all of those devices that this extension was a part of have now updated as well. So if we hit the Go button over here on the right, we can go back to the main device, and everything here should be all set. The next thing that we need to do is we need to update the account that HPark is. So CUCM or CUCA, Cisco Unified CM Administration, which is the .10, is good for monitoring all devices. If it's a device, if it's a physical item, you're going to use this. If it's an account, we're going to use a different website, 10.40.100.20. So we're going to go there now and sign in. All right. All right, now once we've signed in, we are changing a user, right? So over here in users, we're going to click users. And we could search by the extension, but if we did, we'd find Gabby Lyman, not HPark. So let's just see if Helen exists already, because she was a former employee. We're going to search Helen. Not right now, so we deleted her when she left initially. Let's look up Gabby. So G Lyman 6065, right? So since she is no longer working here, what we're going to do is click on her name, and we're going to delete her account. This can be easily, added back again later in case she does start working, which I'm going to show you how to do with Helen right now. But we're going to free up the extension by deleting this account, so it's important that we do that. If we don't delete the account of the existing extension, right, if we keep Gabby's account in here and just change the names here, Helen actually inherits all of Gabby's greetings and recorded names and things like that. So it is important to delete users that are no longer working. So now we're going to add Helen. So we're going to go to User, New User. You can also use the Add New button, but I just prefer to do it this way. And first here, we're going to, this is required here, so we have to select voicemail user template. And then the alias, this is going to be their username, so HPark. First name Helen, last name, Park. SMTP address, we're going to use HPark. Now down here over at extension, we're going to do 6065. And it's a good thing we deleted Gabby, otherwise we would get an error that says we can't use this extension because someone's already using it. And then lastly, we're going to select corporate email address down here. We're going to do hpark@westmont.edu. It's important to include the @westmont.edu down here. And once we've got all of those things, we're going to hit save. And we'll wait for it just a sec. And there we go, created users, right? So this looks like Gabby's did, where it has the extension listed in this location. Now, when Helen first gets to this phone, she's going to record a greeting, and that's going to be stored here. Excuse me, not a greeting, a recorded name. There is nowhere on the physical device to re-record your recorded name. It is only in this, as far as I can tell. So if someone needs to change that, you'll need to have them either come to the office or bring a laptop to them so that you can re-record their recorded name. Again, that's just in the user basics for the user. Last thing we have to do here before Helen can use her phone is give her a voicemail pin. So we're going to go up to Edit and change password. And I'm going to set the temporary pin to be 124578. And again, I'm going to confirm that. These are just the six leftmost digits on the phone. We're going to hit save. All right, we've updated the pin. And then lastly, we're going to go to Edit Password Settings. And just make sure that these two are checked, so that they must change their PIN the next time they sign in, and that their new PIN, once they've set it, won't expire. We're going to hit save just so that that updates. updated password policies, and we're good. So we've done all the phone configuration we've needed to do to set this person up. The last thing, we're just going to communicate with them. We're going to say Helen's extension has been set up. Her extension is 6065. Her voicemail PIN is 124578. When she signs into her voicemail for the first time, she'll have to create a new 6-digit PIN for herself and record her name. Once she's done those two things, she's good to go. And we'll post that, and that's it. Let me know if you guys got any questions about this, but I think it's pretty straightforward. It's got a few steps, but I know you guys can handle it. Thanks, guys.